The Washington Post stays woke. It's time now for The Other View. An editorial cartoon poking fun at Hamas has been pulled by the paper along with an apology. The cartoon, titled Human Shields, you're seeing it here, depicts a Hamas extremist, meant to be the Hamas leader, with children and women tied to him as he questions, how dare Israel attack civilians? Kind of funny. It's political satire. That's what cartoonists do. Some readers and staff members found this offensive, and as we mentioned, the Post did apologize, but that's not all. The opinion section of the paper posted some of the responses to the cartoon. Joining me now with their reactions, political analyst and country music artist Alexis Wilkins, and former vice chair for the New Jersey Federation of Republican Women and the host of Money Talk with Melanie, Collette. Alexis, I'm going to start with you here. What do you make of this cartoon, but specifically of the Washington Post, I'm going to say, caving in to criticism and removing it?
You know, the cries that this was a racist comment. I mean, political cartoons have always been to take big ideas that might be hard to talk about and condense them into something and make them a statement that's maybe easier to talk about. And so that's what they've always been for. But the call that this was racist and Washington Post apologizing for it, you know, I just want to cut to the fact that we're talking about Hamas, a terrorist organization recognized in the United States as a terrorist organization for a long time now. And the Washington Post, during this very sensitive conflict, is apologizing for illustrating them in this way. I just think is pretty ridiculous. I mean, we see them issue apologies for offending the mob faster than we see them issue retractions for things that are actually untrue. So I think it's pretty reprehensible that this is the reaction we're seeing.
Right. You know, and Melanie, I also want to point out that political cartoons have been around for decades. They especially come out in times of war. They're meant to be, I'll say, edgy satire. They're meant to make people think. I mean, there's symbolism, exaggeration, irony. Those are all elements that make up a political cartoon. But all of a sudden now, the left simply can't hack it.
Indeed. You took the words right out of my mouth. I was thinking that that's the point, that you got strong reactions to the cartoon. These kinds of cartoons are meant to make people think. It's meant to be, yes, a little bit funny, but not usually laugh out loud funny. It's usually like, look at the irony, look at the hypocrisy, look at the different viewpoints about this political situation. And so for them to apologize for that just indicates that there's a side to be taken, or there's one way to think about these things, and there isn't. And that's, if you're going to have an editorial page, if you're going to have an opinion page, if you're going to do satire, then you should be willing to take whatever feedback comes to you.
I agree.
Willingly, like long live the First Amendment.
Yeah, stick to your guns and let it do what it's meant to do, which is to challenge and, to your point, Melanie, make people think. All right, Alexis Wilkins, Melanie, Collette, great having you on The Other View today. Have a great weekend.
Thank you.